All right, so
I have to give you a little bit of credit for this.
Yeah, we can overdub it later. Just
all
Had any crazy stories about? Oh wait, no, I do. I got robbed at gunpoint, mugged.
Checking for me, but I ain't checking for them. No.
sleazy real estate guys,
News
but
you.
ladies and gentlemen, with me I have a very special guest today. He is a formidable athlete representing the USA Olympic team in boxing, coming out of a fresh win exactly a week ago. With me, I have Carlos Flowers. Carlos, how are you doing?
Feeling good.
My man, so good to see you. Thank you for taking the time to come out and have this conversation with us. I just found out that Carlos is literally going to fly tonight at 2 a.m. out of Philly.
Yeah.
It is literally like about to be 8:30. I can't thank you enough, dude.
appreciate
Wow.
you having me.
Wow, man. So we're going to go through a lot here. We're going to go through your story, your upbringing, your early days in boxing, where you are with boxing now, and, you know, everything you have coming up. Like this weekend, you're going to go out to a nationals tournament. So I want to go into all that stuff. Maybe we'll touch on some topics that are going on in boxing, including one that just came up.
Yeah.
So we'll go into all of that. But yeah, super excited. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Before we do that, though, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, share, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any more episodes coming in the future. All right. So, Carlos, tell me a little bit about your upbringing. Where did you grow up? Where were you born?
I was born in Philly, but then I moved to Dover when I was 1. So I basically lived in Dover my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I lived with my mom, my dad, my 3 sisters for the most part. Then my oldest sister moved out, and then my little brother.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're the oldest brother,
Yeah.
but are you the
Second
youngest?
youngest.
Oh wow, from the
Yeah.
sisters.
Yeah.
So what's that role like?
I mean, it's cool. I like it. I wish I was the older than them,
Uh-huh,
but
uh-huh.
but yeah, it's good.
So it's like you gotta somewhat be the example of like the older brother, but at the same
Yeah.
time you can't get big with like the
Yeah.
older sister, right?
Yeah.
Oh
That's
man, okay.
that's crazy.
So you're in Dover, which we're in Newcastle right now. That's 30 minutes south.
Yeah, 30
Right,
minutes.
30 minutes south. So even more reason to thank you for coming here, man. You know, I'm personally not the biggest fan of driving, so I can only thank you so much. But yeah, even before we go into further, just so the audience knows, Carlos and I met at a fight, I think back in November, was it, Jack? November, December?
It would have been, yeah.
Right? November, December of 2023. We were watching Brian McNamara fighting through Fighter Freedom Promotions. Freedom Fighter Promotions?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
something like
over in Newark, Delaware at the Boys and Girls Club,
Yep.
right? He had an amazing win. And before the fight happened, our mutual friend, DJ, at Instagram label, I'm Tall for No Reason. I still think that's hilarious. Introduced us. And now here we are, what are we now, June?
Yeah, about 8
June?
months later.
Yeah, almost 8 months later, now sitting down and sharing a conversation. And we booked this over like in February of March of this year. So the year's flying. We're already like halfway done of the
crazy,
year.
yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. So you live in Dover. Where did you go to high school?
I went to Dover High.
You went to Dover High. Okay. What is Dover High like?
It's like a normal high school, football team's pretty good, basketball team's pretty good. They just won a state championship.
Okay.
this year, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like a normal.
So
high school.
did you always like, were you in boxing then?
Yeah, I was boxing then, but at the time I wasn't really taking it as serious as I
Mhm.
am now. I was still playing football at the time.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you played football and boxed.
yeah, I played football.
So how did that work schedule wise? Was it like when your off seasons you were boxing?
Nah, right after football practice, I'll go straight to the boxing.
Oh my
That was
gosh.
around the time where I was starting to love boxing more than I started liking football.
Okay.
So at football practice, I'll be worried about I'm trying to go to the gym.
Yeah. So you would finish school at what, 3 o'clock and
Like
practice
2:20,
and what time did practice start?
Practice would start at like 3, and then I would go practice till like 5:30, and then I would go straight to the gym afterwards till about 8.
Oh
Something
my
like
God.
that.
That sounds like you're leaving the 9 to 5 to go to the 5 to 9.
Yeah, but it's something you love to do. After school, it's like I want to do everything else.
Yeah. What position did you play as a football player?
Outside linebacker.
Outside linebacker. Okay. And how good were you?
Yeah, I was trash in high school. In high school, I was so small. I was worried about football. I wasn't worried about football no more.
Uh-huh.
So I just stopped taking it as serious. But yeah.
And what were you weighing around then?
We said what?
What was your weight? Your weight
I was
around
still
there?
around like I was still around the same weight. No,
Okay.
I was probably a little bigger. I was
Okay.
probably like 160 something.
Okay.
168, yeah.
Okay. Man. So, but then you ultimately decided to make the switch to boxing.
Yeah, right after.
Before we go into that, I want to know what your social life was during that time. Were you the cool kid? Were you the kid who like would just sit in the back? Like, who were you in high school? Like socially?
I was always the one that quiet, real quiet, didn't talk unless I knew you. Yeah, I always was just chilling.
Okay.
I had my friends from football and stuff like that. Those who I socialized with the most. But I normally didn't talk. I ain't go to like no dances.
Okay. Okay.
I was always.
And academically, were you the kid that was, the balanced one, or were you just fully athletic, or were you like what were
I
you?
started off real good. Like early years, I started off real good. I did robotics and everything.
Okay.
But yeah, I started real good. I did the science fair too. Made it to like the state science fair.
Okay.
I was real good, but then when I got to high school, it's just like I'm just trying to get out of here.
Oh man, so it's like the typical like senioritis type thing.
But it happened all 4 years, so it wasn't
I was just gonna say the same thing, dude. I wasn't like the biggest. I was like barely a 2.5 GPA, man. But hey,
I had to do Spanish like twice. I think I was like, and then COVID happened when I was in high school. So
okay.
it was like,
oh, that's fresh out of high school, man. That's crazy.
I
okay,
was in it though. So it was like,
so you're 21 years old.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
April 26th.
April. So you just turned 21 not too long ago. Oh, happy belated.
Appreciate
Man,
it.
April 26th. And okay, so in high school, so you were just there not too long ago.
It's
a while. Right. Well, I'm 27, so now our definitions of not too long ago, it's a little wider. But okay, so you finished high school and did you pursue further education or?
The first year I didn't do nothing for the first year but box. And then that's when like my parents were like, "Yo, you gotta go to school or something." 'Cause, like boxing, it was working, but it wasn't like I was good at it, but it wasn't going too far. Like I was winning my fights and stuff, but that was really it. So then I did a semester of over at Del Tech. I only took 2 classes.
They have a Dover campus, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to, and that didn't go.
What did you go under? Like, were you?
I went for physical therapy. But I had to do what is it? I had to
prerequisites?
Yeah, but I had to do the math class of statistics. I could not do it. I started off good. But then afterwards, I was like, yo, I don't even want to be in a class.
Yeah.
Yo, I remember.
Just want to be at the gym.
Yeah. A couple times I just left and went to the gym.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Well, dude, and the couple of times I skipped class, I wasn't going to the gym. I was probably doing good for nothing stuff. So you're already ahead of it on that case. Okay, so it's statistics, man. That was one of my favorite classes. Yeah. And I don't really like math like that.
We started off easy. It was like mean, median, all that. I was like, okay. Please do this. This might be for me. And then it started getting all crazy. I was like, yeah, it's not for me.
I actually attended Del Tech myself.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I went to the Wilmington campus. Occasionally, I would do Stanton for specific classes, but I went there for general business and business management. And I got a Snapchat memory. I'm not sure if you're on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Or they like give you like these memory notifications. Yeah. I think it said literally like the other day, 3 years ago, I graduated. I was like, oh. Man, what does that mean? What does that mean, man? Yeah. Did we just have a little Kevin Hart moment where he's like, hold it. He's like, damn. Okay. So you said, this thing ain't for me. Yeah. And was that the pivot fully into boxing?
It was, but I still am gonna go back and try to dedicate to it again. But it basically was like, okay, I'm gonna try to turn it up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did that transition look like?
It really was just doing what I was doing, but at the time, like I didn't go to no like national tournaments or nothing. So I was known locally, like everybody knew that I was good locally, but nobody in like the national level knew about like who I was and stuff.
So from the moment you finished high school to now leaving Del Tech and then taking boxing more seriously, what was your record looking like then, your experience?
I was, at that time, I had like 17 or 16 fights. I was undefeated. I didn't lose a fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was going crazy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Damn. Okay. That's pretty good. That's if you didn't lose any fights, that's excellent, if anything. Yeah. Okay. Great. So how many fights, are you in pro yet?
No, I'm not turning pro in next year.
Oh, to next year. Yeah. Okay. So how many fights deep are you now?
I got 30.
You got 30.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you still
29.
Okay, 29.
Yeah.
So are you still undefeated?
Nah, not no more.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
We'll go into that a little bit. But from your first fight, when was your first fight ever? How old were you?
I was 13 or 14. It happened. I was boxing over in Dover. In Dover at this gym called Dog Pound.
Uh-huh.
And I only been boxing for like 2 months, and my coach was like, "Yo, I have a fight. You want to fight?"
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that was, you said that 13?
13 or 14.
And you're 21 now, so you're not far from reaching the 10-year mark.
Yeah.
That's pretty huge to be 21 and get close to saying I've been doing this for like 10 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Okay, so and what does that look like now? Now that you're 29 fights in, how different is that for you now?
Just the nerves are more under control. I just feel like now I'm just still getting more comfortable in the
Okay.
ring, but
Okay.
it just feels good. It feels like now I get to show other people how to do. I don't know. It feels good though.
So are you coaching people now?
Yeah, I do
Okay.
coach a little bit on the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the gym you train.
At the gym I train, but my dad got a gym also.
Okay.
I help him because my dad does taekwondo.
Oh, snap.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
who introduced us to boxing.
Okay. So your dad, you say, where does your dad have a gym at?
And Dover also.
Dover, and what's that gym called?
Flowers Education for Fitness.
Flowers Education and Fitness.
Yeah.
My man, there you go. Look at that. Check that out in Dover.
Yeah.
All right. So he was the one that got you in martial arts.
Yep.
And did you say is someone else in your family also
brother.
Your brother. Okay.
Yeah.
What's his experience?
His experience good. He likes football more.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so like he could box.
Uh-huh.
He's way bigger than me. Like 6. Yeah, I think he's like 6 foot now.
Uh-huh.
He's real good at football.
Uh-huh.
If he did box, he could go far with it.
And how old is he?
He's just going to high school. So
He's just going to high school. Okay.
14.
So does he ever like trash talk you about boxing?
Yeah, well, he tries to talk to me because of size.
Uh-huh.
So he always try to look down. He's real big now. Because he actually led the All Delaware Bowl for the middle school in sacks
snap.
and stuff. Yeah, for all-time
Sheesh.
record. So he always tries to look down.
Yeah. And you just have to like level him up a little bit.
Yeah, every time.
You check him?
Yeah, I got to.
Oh man.
Every
Oh
time.
man.
Yeah, he
Okay.
does it.
Okay, so your dad got you guys into martial arts. He has his own taekwondo gym. Meanwhile, you're training at the gym. Your brother's doing his thing in football. So how did you? But now you fight for the Olympic team.
Yeah. Well,
How does that happen?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Really, what really happened was after I would say we went to a national tournament back in the last March. It was my first national tournament. That's when I was like, okay, we got to turn it up a little bit. So we went to the national tournament.
Last March.
Last March.
Okay.
Well, we didn't really know about it. We weren't seeded or nothing. We just went there just to see how good we could do. I ended up winning my first 2 fights and then getting to the semifinals. And that's when I fought the number 1 ranked guy in the nation. And I beat him I won the first round. He won the second round. It came down to the last round.
Uh-huh.
And then it could have went either way, but they gave it to him. I mean, it's politics sometimes.
Uh-huh.
But he got it. I ended up fighting him in the Olympic trials and ended up beating him.
Uh-huh.
I feel good. But yeah, that's what really got me out there. Then I say 2 weeks later, I get an email. I never check my emails. But I get an email from USA Boxing. That's when it was they basically had a spot open on the team.
Yeah.
And I could come and I had to compete against this other guy that won the nationals in the December trials or the December nationals.
Mm-hmm.
So when we went there, I had to compete against him. We had 3 matches. Just they was grading us on our training and stuff. It was hard. It was just a lot of training, a lot of grading. It felt like I was back in school.
Yeah.
So after that, I did the 3 matches with him. I feel like I won every single. I probably didn't lose a round.
Oh man,
Yeah.
So you dominated.
Yeah,
You dominated. So that was your door through getting the Olympic team.
Yeah.
So now you get to represent USA.
I did because of the Olympic trials. I actually fell short in the championship.
Okay.
But yeah, it was good though. I fought another brother. His brother was on the Olympic team, Keyshawn Davis.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I ended up fighting.
Keyshawn Davis. What does that sound familiar?
Yeah, he won a silver medal in the Olympics.
Okay.
So I fought his little brother in the championships, and then, that's another fight that he won the first round. I won the second round. It came down to the last round.
Oh man!
And then I lost him 4-1. But it was cool though because that made me turn up even more. But okay, I'm here, but I'm not there yet. It feels good though.
I mean, you're 21, dude. You have a crap ton of experience for 21. I guess when it comes to martial arts, is a lot of these kids start young. The ones that really make it far out,
they all start at 7.
Yeah. Where wasn't like Tankan and Garcia like
Yeah,
training with each other through the Young Bucks?
They were rivals when they were younger. They was
Oh,
like going
man.
to these tournaments, and it would be one of them winning every time.
Yeah. Well, and we'll definitely get into that a little bit more as we go. Okay, so let's talk about what you got going up this weekend. Tell us a little bit about that.
We're flying out to Kansas City tonight. We're gonna be up there for about like a week. It's another national tournament. So basically, we're going out there. I got we start fighting Monday. I got like 5 pounds to lose. It's gonna be I should be a number one seed. I hope I'm the number one seed. Nobody's ranked higher than me out there, so I should. And then we're gonna go there and just handle business.
Yeah.
And come back with the title. That's the main goal.
So what weight class are you fighting in?
I'm fighting 156.
156.
That's light and middle. That's like middleweight in the amateurs.
Middleweight. Okay. So what is dieting look like for
Right
training
now,
camp?
I'm just eating 1 meal a day. I didn't start cutting until literally this week because I had a fight, but the fight was at 168, so I didn't have to lose.
Yeah.
So this time, I'm getting down to 56. So I'm only eating at 3 o'clock. I can't eat none of my favorite foods like burgers and stuff.
Yeah. So what does a plate look like for you?
Plate is the 1 meal will be a wrap, some fries. I gotta have the fries, and then probably a Gatorade. I love Gatorade.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is in the wrap?
And wrap chicken, Caesar dressing, and cheese.
You can't go wrong with a chicken Caesar wrap. Okay. If I had to choose one wrap, it would be that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you like constantly hungry?
Yeah.
Or stuff like that?
Yeah. Constantly hungry.
What does your refrigerator look like?
Well, everybody else is still eating it. So they still eat whatever they want. They still pizza and stuff.
Yeah, you're walking by, they're having meal number whatever.
Yeah.
Oh man, especially because you got a brother.
Terrible.
He's in football, so he's eating several meals.
Big, he's a lineman.
Yeah. Oh man. So walk me through a little bit of your mental fortitude to one get to 29 fights through the span of 8 years to being able to have that kind of discipline at 21 years old where you're like, all right, I can't eat any of this crap that it shouldn't be. Walk me through your mental fortitude there. How do you mentally train yourself for that?
Oh, really? I be crying about it. I mean, it's terrible. I want to eat. Sometimes I be sneaking.
Like you be crying inside, or you be actually crying?
Sometimes I might be crying outside too. But it's hard. Like sometimes I go to Wawa to get a little cup of soda and drink it. But it's just all about
like sneaking off.
Yeah.
To wow.
But it's dedication though. It's hard work. You gotta just. If you really want it, then you'll get it done. Basically.
Yeah. So who's pushing you here? Who's in your corner?
I got everybody in my family. My mom, my dad, my sisters, my brother. All my coaches. I got 3 coaches: Coach Dwayne, Coach Ray, and Coach Anthony. And then I got some teammates and stuff that push me too. Yeah.
Okay.
And really, my mama that passed away 2 years ago now. I always think of her and just try to do it for her too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have what it sounds like a great support system.
Yeah, very good.
You fight through the mental challenges.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your social life, because it sounds like you eat, sleep, and repeat boxing.
Basically, I work at right now. I'm still working, so I work at the Boys and Girls Club. But so I do that during the day. Really, my social life is just the people that's inside the gym.
Yeah.
Those are really my close friends.
Yeah. Okay. So there's never you just turned 21.
Yeah.
So there's no let's hit up Newark. Let's go to the bars.
They know that's not me.
Let's go Thursdays. It's picture night.
Yeah.
Let's go do some shots at Grottos, some green teas.
Yeah.
None of that.
Yeah, they know not to hit me up for none of that.
Is anyone in your circle like that?
Of course.
Okay. Okay.
They go out and stuff.
Do they ever give you shit about it?
Nah, they know they won't do that.
Yeah, like, oh, one shot won't hurt. You'll be fine. It's a birthday shot.
Yeah.
It's a birthday shot. So, what did you do for your 21st?
What did I do for this 21st? I went to work. I was sick. I went to sleep. But I still didn't do nothing after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, dang. Okay, man. Discipline.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me. I don't know if I could ask this or not. Do you drink at all?
No.
Okay.
I'll drink.
So you don't indulge in snacks. You don't indulge in alcohol, which is great.
Well, the snacks. I do the snacks.
Okay.
I do the snacks. I do the food. That's
right.
That's really my drug.
Right. Okay. I hear that. Dude, you're probably saving yourself a lot of money.
Yeah. I don't know. I be spending a lot on food.
Okay. I guess one thing goes into the other. All right. That makes sense. Okay. So socially, boxing is your social life.
Yeah.
Right. It's which makes sense, right? It makes sense. It's the right thing for you. It's what you got going on. So tell me a little bit about do you ever think about the future of this? Like, how much longer do I really want to do this? Like, what goes on there in your head?
Really, I just think about how much success I can have with it. So I really I never think about how much longer I want to do it. I just think about like I think about how much longer I'm gonna stay in the amateurs, which is when I'm gonna turn pro, which is next year. But then I think about the money. That's the main thing I think about. Yeah,
the main thing.
the main thing.
A lot of people would say that if you chase the money, you're not gonna get it.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. But the money is what drives.
Yeah.
If anybody says money don't drive,
so you're talking like Mayweather type of energy.
Yeah.
Because Mayweather was very clear that he wanted that money.
Yeah.
I mean, before he was before being Money May, he was Pretty Boy Floyd, right? That's what it was, right?
Pretty Boy.
Yeah. So like I hear that. Yeah. So are you with the mentality? So is that what drives you fully, like the money?
Yeah, low key, yeah.
Or is it the things you could do with the money?
It got probably a little bit both of this. I just want to be able to okay, I want to go here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't got to worry about the money. That's what I just love.
Yeah.
I just love the money.
There you go. Dude, there's nothing wrong with that. There's
right?
absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, so in that case, we spoke about Floyd. Do you have like a top 3 of fighters that you look up to? Whether we let's talk active fighters currently.
Active. My favorite fighter right now, Earl Spence.
Okay.
Even though Terrence Crawford beat him, he's still my GOAT.
Okay.
Number 2 gotta be Terrence Crawford.
Okay. Okay.
He's a close second. He's close. And then number 3 is hard because like so many good people that's out there. I like Deontay Wilder when he was good. Well, not when he was good. When he carried.
Yeah, he just got pieced up, didn't he?
Yeah, he just got knocked out.
Man.
Number 3, I might have to go with Tank.
Tank?
I might have to go with Tank.
You know, that's not what I expected. Well, I'm only so much in the fighting world. Like I'm only like a fan or a spectator, whatever you want to call it. But like I feel like what you would mostly hear when you ask that question, at least for fans, is you hear things like Ryan Garcia, Tank, Canelo, or stuff like that. Okay, so tell me about your all time.
All time. See, I don't really watch. It's bad. Everybody always get on me, but I can't watch the black and white fights.
Okay.
It's not for me. But all time, I do got to put Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard. I got to put all them guys up there because they are the GOATs. But I just I never sat down and watched a whole one of their fights.
Okay.
So yeah, that's.
Is Mayweather even on there?
Of course, but I was too young to watch Mayweather.
Okay.
So I never really watched any of his fights either. I can't rewatch.
Wasn't Sugar Ray Leonard? I might be mixing him up with someone else. Wasn't Sugar Ray Leonard the one of the guys that gave Mayweather some good work?
No. He was before Sugar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who am I thinking of? Mostly. I'm thinking mostly. Yeah, I remember when they fought once.
Hit him
and it's like you saw it immediately on his legs, and everybody went crazy. But after that, Mayweather, started piecing him up because he started getting gassed out.
That's why he's one of the GOATs, though. He always can make adjustments.
Yeah. You still see him around in the game.
He be hating now, though. So
yeah. So you won a fight last week.
Yeah.
Walk us through a little bit about that.
So it was at the New York City Athletic Club. One of my coaches from the USA team, he has a little show he was throwing, and he asked if I wanted to be on it. I was like, I don't really get fights like that locally, so I was like, yeah. So I ended up fighting, which is crazy. I fought Earl Spence's cousin.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I fought his cousin. So yeah, it was good. I went good. I haven't fought since the Olympic trials, which is December, so it felt good getting the rust off. It was a good fight. The first round, I came out just jabbing. I'm more of I want to hit you, I don't want you hitting me type of fight.
Okay.
So I ended up winning the first round easy.
Okay.
Second round came out, I ended up winning it easy, but he stopped wanting to fight. I busted his.
Yeah.
So he really wasn't really fighting back. So at this point, I'm just just
Try
doing
to
what I want. Yeah,
get it over with.
yeah. It was just in third round I did the same thing, and it was just a good little rust getting off.
Yeah, just dusting off the gloves.
Yeah.
Oh man, okay. I guess at this point for you, it's just muscle memory, huh?
Yeah, it was good though. I thought it was gonna be a little bit harder because he is ranked a weight class higher than me. He's ranked five or six in the nation.
Okay.
So I thought it was gonna be a little bit tougher, but it was good though.
But you're ranked number 1, and out of the list that you're going in
Yeah,
this upcoming week.
Yeah, I should be. I'm the number 1 contender right now and ranked 3 in the nation.
Okay.
In my weight class. Yep.
What's your outlook on that? What are you expecting?
Right now, I should be expecting like a first round bye. I don't want the bye actually because then you're getting in the ring a little rusty when somebody else just fought. But I'm just expecting dominating everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said that you're the one who just likes to bring it to the opponent.
Yeah.
You're not like the defensive fighter. You play on the opposition.
Yeah.
So what does that look like for you? Talk to me a little bit about strategy. What is your your strategy like when you're going into the ring?
When I go in the ring, normally it's just to get my jab working, just seeing what they have, and normally I go off of what they have. Like one time, in the Olympic trials in the finals, the guy I was fighting was like 6'4", 6'3", so I can't. I'm like,
How tall are you?
I'm like 5'9", 5'10".
I'm about to say.
Yeah. So it's like I can't fight him.
Dude, that's probably how DJ is be like. He's like being the opposite. DJ is like in the 150 something. He's not 160.
160, 170.
But he's like
6'7". It don't make no sense.
Dude, tall for no reason.
Right?
Tall for no reason. Okay, so what happened with her?
So then I really couldn't fight him on the back foot. So now I gotta hands up and just come forward.
Yeah.
Try to make it a dirty, ugly fight. But most times I like to sit there, use my jab, slip, use my defense, use my footwork. My feet are real good.
Yeah.
So
are you southpaw or orthodox?
Southpaw.
Yo, so you're a lefty.
Lefty, yeah.
My man, hey, lefties. Hey, I'm a lefty too. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have a favorite combination to go to or any favorites?
Nah, my favorite punch, I like to throw a check hook.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I like a jab. I got a good jab.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I don't really have no favorite combinations.
Okay. Have you ever knocked anybody out?
Nah, not yet. It's hard.
Is it? Because you got the glove, the heavier gloves, right?
Yeah,
and then the headgear, right? Okay. So, but then you've gotten a TKO. You've got TKOs.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, you just take those things off and next thing you get knocked out. You got, do you think you have it in you? You have it in you?
Yeah, I do definitely. Got it.
Okay.
When I turn pro, that's when I think it's going to start coming.
Oh man. Okay. So tell me this. So I did a little bit of like kickboxing like when I was younger over in Ecuador because I lived in Ecuador. I was born in Ecuador and I came to the country when I was 8 years old. I went there once back for 1 year. I think I was like 12 or 13 to kickboxing there a little bit. And I remember when I was training, one of the things I would pick up is that there would be like gym beefs.
Yeah.
Right? Where you would like go to each other's like gyms and just spar against each other. Yeah. So tell me about that. Does that ever happen with you? Especially since you're like the number 1?
It happened. It doesn't really happen like that.
Mm-hmm.
Cause the gyms we go to, it happened once
Mm-hmm.
in Philly, but it was good work.
Uh-huh.
It's the best feeling though. But no, it doesn't really happen like that. And the gyms we go to, like Brimer's gym,
Uh-huh.
like basically all connected. So,
Yeah.
So so it never really goes.
So it's all like love. It's just like it's like what's the saying is iron sharpens what is it?
Iron sharpens iron.
Iron sharpens iron. Yeah, one of those. Oh, that just reminded me of is what's the Baltimore accent thing? Is
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then in the gym, like, have you ever had any altercations with anyone in the gym, or has it always been chill?
I've always been chill. Cause when I was coming up, I was always one of the youngest in the gym, so it was never really no altercations. And now, like, I'm like everybody's cool. Like that's basically all family. So,
okay, yeah. So everything's always like cool, calm, composed. No one's like everyone's just doing off their thing.
If somebody's doing something extra, that means they're either new or they don't belong in our gym. Yeah.
Have you ever guys had someone from the outside come in and just be like, "Y'all trash all of y'all," like something like that?
Oh yeah, that happened a couple times.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So who's the one that steps up then?
It all depends.
Uh-huh.
It just depends. It depends whoever wants them first. Yeah, it's a lot of us in there that are getting.
Okay, but has it ever been you the one to take care of it?
I'm trying to think. Oh, I know it happened a couple times, but
Uh-huh.
I probably did like once or twice. But I don't
Uh-huh.
think nothing too serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So walk me through the logistics of being a fighter at your level, with your experiences. So do fights come to you? Do you go out seeking the fights? How does that work? Do you have like someone managing you?
Right now I'm still amateur, so it's a little different. They got the national tournaments. All you gotta do is sign up, and then you have to have a certain amount of fights, and then you just go there. So that's what we normally do now. We go there. My coach looks for fights locally and stuff just to stay active, stay warm and stuff throughout the year. But normally they never go through. They will take the fight. We'll be signed at the fight. 3 days before the fight, 2 days before the fight, and the fight never happens because they pull out the fight or something.
Oh, okay. Is it because like do they hear
they
that
do the
that's
research.
Carlos?
Yeah, they do the research.
So yeah, they don't want the work.
Yeah.
Oh man. So have you ever felt that with somebody? Like, have you ever felt like? Have you been in the other end?
Yeah, the other end. The first time in the Golden Gloves,
Uh huh.
that was my first loss in the Golden Gloves. I ended up fighting a guy. He was ranked number 2. That's when I was still I was still fighting locally. I was beating everybody, but then it was like, okay, now this is a big step up fight for the Golden Glove Championships. I ended up fighting this guy for DC from there, and before the fight, I was nervous. I was like, oh man, he just knocked somebody out.
Yeah.
The whole time, but I was like, the whole time training, it made me train harder for like the weeks coming up because I knew who I had to fight. But then when the fight day came, I was locked in, but it was like my nerves was out the roof.
Yeah.
I already knew. But then I ended up going in there, and I did good first time fighting somebody on that level, and I feel like that's what made me even better by not pulling out or not shying down from it. And when I did it, I ended up losing my first loss, but it was like that fight showed me that okay, I could compete on this level.
Yeah, I mean, having your first loss at the Golden Gloves, I mean, shit, if it was anywhere. Okay. So, and from your first loss, like, what did that do to you mentally? Like, how did you come back from that? I remember I wrestled in high school, barely. And I remember ever losing my first and only wrestling match. That's how bad I took that loss. Yeah. Because what happened was, it was bound to happen because I would hate staying after school. After school, I just want to go home, eat, and then take a quick nap. And then I would do the things after, but I would never show up to practice. So like, go figure. But I had a little bit of jiu-jitsu background. And so like, I knew a little bit of ground game, but I didn't know wrestling. Right. So I remember like when we were wrestling, we were in the singlets and everything. Guy shoots for a double leg. I sprawl, I stuff the takedown. But I'm looking at my coach. I'm like, what the hell do I do from here? Right? Do I take the bag? Like how do I win here?
I wrestled in 8th grade. And that's how I was.
Right.
It's like, okay, I get you on the ground. I don't know how to turn you.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Yeah. So that's the exact same thing that happened to me. So I took that L and then I went home and then I picked up one of those ShopRite ice cream, like Napoleon ice cream buckets. Right. And then I just messed. I messed that thing up, dude. That didn't mess you up. But you know what? It's like one of those things. Like, that's why you're a champion. And I was eating the freaking champion of bucket ice creams over there. But no, it's like, I totally get it. But like, how did you take that? What was going on with you when you got that first loss?
When I got, I didn't take it too bad. Because I lost to somebody that was good. I was like, okay, I didn't lose no bone. I didn't lose no skill. But I still was hurt. But yeah, I didn't take it too bad. We got a hotel down there. It was me and one of my friends. We stayed in the same hotel. So after the loss, we ended up both losing the same night.
Oh, snap.
It sucked, but it made it better. Because one of us didn't win, one of us didn't. We both was riding.
Yeah, literally riding it.
It's sad. So we get to the hotel, and then I take a shower. I go to bed. I was laying down going to sleep. He gets up in the middle of the night and to go take a shower or something. And he comes back in the room, and he like taps the light or something. I jump up. I said, bro, I really lost. Like, so it sucked. It did suck. But it was like, yeah, I got over it. It made me work harder. I had a fight like a little bit after that. And I guess like somebody else, and I washed them. I was like, yeah.
For those that don't know, what do you mean when you say wash them?
Like just completely dominate.
Completely dominate. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So and since then, so like you fought 29 times and you've only had one loss. Three. Okay. So and then leading up to your second loss, what happened there?
That's the time when I went to the Nationals back at Detroit.
Right. Okay.
And I fought the number one guy, and then that's when we had a close fight. I won the first round. He won the second round.
Right.
And
Okay. Yep. So you've only you've only lost like at the highest levels.
I lost the number one guy, number two guy, and now the new guy that's going to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Keon.
Right.
I ended up losing him in December in the championships of the trials.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Man, so it's like you're not losing to some like random high school kid here.
Right.
So okay, man. That's awesome though, man. It sounds like you had a great career. Tell me about you're a good looking dude. You're fit, athletic. You got it going on.
Yeah.
What the ladies like on you or what?
No,
Are you seeing anyone like or what?
Not really.
Oh,
I gotta get to where I'm going first.
Oh, you gotta keep that low key. You gotta get that low key. You don't want to put it. You want to put him on the spot. No. Okay. All right, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I was looking at my little cousin. He's a wrestler. Like he made it to states recently and all that stuff like that. So I was super hyped for him. And I was watching because I tried to make it out to every one of his matches. And I noticed from the last time I had seen him wrestle versus the newer time. The one last time he had like dominated all his matches that day, and then the following time, mind you, it was states, but he was losing to things that I thought he would have. The only difference I saw was that in between matches, he was on that damn phone, on that Instagram, and what happens in those DMs, bro.
Yeah.
So. How do you not stay like, because you got Instagram.
Yeah, dude.
And, it's not like they have a boxer's Instagram where they don't have DMs. So how do you stay focused in a world where there's so much social media happening? It's a lot of distractions happening, the limelight and all that stuff. How do you stay focused in that?
Really, just the drive, the hunger for the sport. Just want to keep getting better, keep getting to that money, like I said. But, and I see what it can do, like, what the distractions can pull you out the game. A lot of good people that I start training with, they let the distraction get to them, and now they're not in the gym as much anymore. But it's like the potential that they had if they just stay focused. So I'm just trying not to let that get me and always try to stay focused and keep going and getting better. That's really...
Yeah, no, it's you've outlasted. You've outlasted the distractions and all the, especially because the distractions that existed when you first started your career, have only risen, to where you are now. Because Instagram wasn't what it was then, or any of those or those other platforms that are around now. Because that's a big problem. Yeah. And it's a big problem. So, are your parents ever like telling you it's like, yo, don't be on that, like da da da?
I mean, well, no, they're not really on me like that because they know I'm not the type. I don't drink, I don't smoke nothing, so they don't really bother me like that. They every so often they'll say a reminder, but they don't really they just let me do what I do.
Okay. Yeah. Let's look at Carlo's 10 years from now.
10 years from now.
All right, he's 31.
31.
Yeah, what if like let's envision Carlos like that deep. He's not like to like almost like 20 years into his career. What does that look like? What do you have going on? What are you champion? Where are you living?
Definitely I'm a champion. I'm a world champion. I'll be fighting on pay-per-view at the time. 31.
Do you have a dream network to be fighting in, or like?
Nah, a dream network. It's whoever's paying the most.
Are you on your own promotion?
Definitely want that. Have my own promotional company. Probably have a gym. Yeah. I'll probably live in. I know living's the hard part. I don't know where I'll be living yet.
Especially because you travel a lot for like matches and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I love home though. I'll be traveling, but every time I travel, I always be ready to come home. I'm counting down the days.
Yeah, well, Delaware's a great headquarters.
Yeah, right.
It's a great headquarters. If you even want to have a house here, a house in LA, or a house in New York, a house in Miami.
Yeah, I feel like just travel out and come back.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good reset. Plus, we were talking about this earlier. It's like I'm always telling people this. I can't do the city. Yeah. Way too many distractions. Way too much noise.
And I'm not like a party person or nothing either. So I feel like I wouldn't want to live in no city or nothing like that, yeah.
Do you ever get nervous that that life. Because look, we were talking earlier about how, it's Thursday.
Yeah.
I started getting the text messages of, what are you doing tonight?
Yeah.
Anybody want to come out to this? What are you doing this weekend? I imagine your messages are a little different, right?
Yeah.
And even if you get messages like that, you're not even tripping about it. You're not worried about it at all or tempted, right? So like, we were talking about how, because you're holding off on all those things, the level of things you'll be able to do 10 years from now, because you've delayed that gratification for so long, you're going to be doing the things that other people that are doing it now are not going to be able to do.
Yeah. Traveling. That's the biggest thing.
But with that also comes, you're going to be in proximity of more successful people.
Yeah.
You're going to be around proximity of people with more money. They're not going to be saying, let's go to a college bar. They're going to be like, let's go to the Wynn in Vegas, where it's like $200 an entry and bottle service is like a several thousands. Are you ever worried that could ever catch up to you?
Maybe. I don't know. Hopefully my future self is still like how I am today, so that won't happen. But I don't know. I don't think it should though, because like that's just not for me. I only socialize with the people I feel comfortable with. So it's like, I don't know if that'll ever happen to me. Yeah.
Next in line for you is becoming pro.
Yep.
And then what's your vision after that?
After I become pro, that's when I'm ready to climb the ranks, just get higher as I can, which should be world champion level. And just become one of the greatest.
Yeah. I can see it, man. Like, you have a great personality, especially for media. The energy, like, I just felt it coming in through the house. I was like, holy shit. I was like, because it's two entrances, right? The front porch, and then like the main entrance, and I have it locked. And all of a sudden, I just see like someone's hair just like going on. I was like, whoa! I was like, oh shit! All right, it's Carlos, my man. I love the trajectory you got going on. I'll be a fan. I'd love to come out to whatever fight that I can. I'm super excited for your future. Are you pumped for this upcoming week?
Oh yeah,
you gonna blow it out of the park?
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be my best tournament yet.
Okay.
I got all the experience now. I feel like I'm ready. I feel like this is the one right
here. Yeah. All right, man. Well, we're super excited for you. So, because you are in the fight world, in the boxing world, there's a lot of things happening.
Yeah.
I really wanted to go into a little bit of like what's going on in the recent headlines and stuff like that. So, is it cool if we do that?
Yeah, let's go.
A little bit? Yeah. All right. But the allegations aren't true, right?
Yeah.
About
no allegations are true.
About PEDs. How is that because you're in USA Boxing, right?
Yeah.
And what do they get tested and stuff like that?
They only test you after you win the nationals, and they make you pee in a cup.
Like
that. Yeah.
Okay.
And it makes you, but they're not as strict.
So you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about being cleared this upcoming week. Oh, okay.
Until I win.
Okay. So afterwards, they start testing your hair and all that stuff. So speaking of, just came out, and I didn't even have this pulled up because it literally just happened like a few hours ago.
Yeah.
So it came back that Ryan Garcia is getting banned for a year, and he's gonna have to give $1 million from his purse against Haney.
And Devin Haney gets his win back.
Okay, so what were your thoughts on leading up to that fight? Leading up to that fight of Ryan going all crazy, or so the people thought. What was going through your head from your perspective?
Leading up to the fight, I was like, all right, this is Ryan's last fight. He's done. He got CTE. He's about to be like Antonio Brown. It's over for him.
Yeah.
And then I did not believe that he had anything left. I thought Devin was just gonna wash him. And then me and my friends in the group chat going back and forth, always making these weird predictions. Like, what if Ryan wins? What if this happens? What if this happens? And then when the fight actually happened, it was like, it started off first round. I think Ryan hit him and stumbled him. I was like, yo, what in the world?
Yeah.
Okay, it's the first round. It's cool. And then he just kept hitting him, dropping him. It was like mind blowing. I'm like, yo, what?
Yeah.
And then, Ryan surprised me that night. And then the whole thing, he came in 3 pounds overweight and stuff like that. It was like he wasn't taking the fight serious. He weighed in with a beer bottle. I'm like, yo.
Well, they said it wasn't a beer bottle. It wasn't actually beer after that. Yeah. Well, people started comparing him to Muhammad Ali after that.
Yeah, but I think he's actually crazy still, though. I still don't believe that was all freak jokes.
Didn't he recently just get arrested, too, like a few nights ago?
Yeah.
At a hotel for damages or stuff like that?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I did see that.
But what did you think about like where he apparently bet against himself $2 million and then came back with 12? Did you hear about that?
I did see that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that something you would ever consider doing as a pro? Where, I'm gonna pretend I'm going ape shit. I'm gonna pretend I'm acting up. Lifestyle's catching up to me. I got the ladies, the money.
See, I can't do that. I can't do
Nah,
that. Nah,
you wouldn't be you.
I can't do that. Because then I can't do that.
Why not? Throw yourself a little bet on yourself. Go to Vegas.
Like, all your money. Like, imagine losing the fight and knowing you lost all your money that you just made for the fight.
Well, then in that case, you're just preaching to the choir at that point.
Can't do that. I'd rather it be, okay, I lost the fight. I'm sad. But this direct deposit's about to hit.
Nah.
They're going to cheer me up a little
So
bit.
you wouldn't pull a Ryan?
Nah, I wouldn't pull a Ryan.
You wouldn't come out with the Bohemian Grove, like rumors, stuff like that?
I couldn't do that. I don't even know how he pulled that out. Like,
Dude, he was going crazy. Like, he was yelling at Andrew Tate over Bohemian Grove, like, going all that kind of crap. But like,
that was insane.
So now it's like, do you think, and you said it was what, like a billionth?
A billionth of a gram.
A billionth of I've never heard of a billionth.
Yeah.
A billionth. Like, what the hell?
They said it was like cross-contamination, like when their stores was making it. I don't know, they could have put something on the same counter as this drug. I don't know. But it's like, it's insane because like a billion from the gram, like why'd he take that? What would he do for him? It's not giving him superpowers.
Do you know how that's gonna go against his record?
It's gonna be a no contest.
Okay.
It's gonna be like the fight never happened, I think.
Oh man. So I guess Haney is how do you think Haney's taking this?
He's the one that's doing it all. He really wants his undefeated record. He thinks he's Floyd. So
Yeah.
I just can't. I can't mess with Haney no more. I used to like him, but just like if you lose a fight, it's like, all right, just come back.
Take it with grace. Yeah.
But he made it. The fight happened in April. He's still keeping it right.
Yeah.
And, like,
did you see the one video of him in the night after he lost, where he had like his peoples around him? He was getting like congratulating him like he won or some shit.
He still kept the belt because Ryan came overweight. So they're celebrating him not losing his belt. Like what,
dude? And especially if it's only a billionth, like there's no way that can make that kind of a difference where he's getting dropped like that, left and right.
That makes no sense.
Do you think that if they were to go at it again and he came back clear fully, we would see the same thing? Same outcome.
Yeah.
Man.
I think he got his number. They fought like 6 times in the amateurs. In the last fight, he like completely dominated Devin this past fight. So like if somebody does that to you, I don't think you're gonna go in a fight with them, like thinking like, okay, I gotta beat him. Now you're just gonna be trying to survive the whole time.
It's funny. I'm looking at my notes. The first thing I had was Ryan Garcia's PED test ruling. New York Commission to decide this week. This week being today. Yeah. So literally in a couple of hours, like we got the results. That's crazy. So, but in terms of it being the same, let's talk about Ryan Garcia and Tank. Right? Do you think if they were going to add it again? Because one of the big things that Ryan is complaining about is the dehydration clause, right? Is that what they call it? Yeah. The dehydration clause and all that stuff like that. Do you think it would be different?
Nah, because Tank's real smart and he's a small dude, so he's not going to let Ryan blow all the way up to 160 the night before the fight and Tank come in at 145. He's not going to do that. He's going to always make it like a 10-pound because he's always going to make it in his favor, which is smart. He should do it since he's the A side. But I don't think Ryan can beat Tank. Tank's just a different.
If all else is equal, if they were met in middle ground where there was rules that they both mutually agreed upon, not for the sake of just fighting, but for the sake because they both felt like it was a win-win agreement, do you think Tank still takes it?
Tank's knock him out.
Knocking him out. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. All right. So, but why do you think, like, what do you think? Is it because Tank trained under Mayweather? Is it just his hand is that heavy? Like, what is it?
Tank don't even train with Mayweather. Tank and Mayweather don't like each other no more.
No more.
Yeah, Mayweather was posting, like, the fights canceled with him and Frank Martin, just trying to, like, get in Tank's head. But it's like, it's just that Tank.
Didn't Mayweather just recently release a video of Tank sparring against Devin Haney?
Yeah, he's just trying to do a whole bunch of nonsense. Just, I don't know why Floyd's doing all that. Like, now you're an older guy. You're supposed to, like, give them the shine, but you still want the shine. But, but what were you talking about? Tank?
Do you think that in any angle,
any angle,
Tank takes it?
Tank takes it. He's just too. I think it has to come with his upbringing too. He's from Baltimore, so he's going to win by any means. He got that mindset, and I just think that he's just a dog. He's going to find a way to win. Ryan's not that good technically. He's not even a good fighter. He got a good hook that Devin just couldn't stay away from. But he does this weird shoulder roll. He leans back.
Yeah.
He doesn't even train seriously. I don't think he can be.
Yeah. Do you think he's what people say a boxing influencer?
Yeah. Partially because he's better than them. He's not. I wouldn't call him influence boxer. Nah. I can't because influence boxer is not winning world championships.
True.
I can't do that.
True. Yeah. Do you think so? The other thing that is floating around now is that Lomachenko
is fighting. Yeah.
Right. So do you think that makes more sense than Ryan rematching Tank?
Makes more sense, but it's gonna be same outcome.
Really?
Another knockout. Yeah.
You think that Tank is going to knock out Lomachenko?
Lomachenko out.
The one thing I know about Lomachenko is the insane amateur record he has.
Insane, best in the world.
And then the insane footwork he has.
Yeah. It's insane footwork. But the thing is, he turned pro too late. He turned, I think, like at 29. He been in some wars now. And when he fought Teofimo Lopez, who also got power, who probably be the only person that give Tank some good work.
Mm-hmm.
But when he fought Teofimo, he was a little bit nervous about Teo's power. He kept his hands up for like the first 6 rounds and throw a punch. If you do that against Tank, it's not going nothing. Yeah, because when he started throwing punches around 7 or 8, he starts catching Teo and stuff. But Tank doesn't warm up until round 5. So you both warm up, and now you both start throwing punches. You don't want to do that.
Yeah,
Tank catch you, put you out.
Okay, so Tank is still. Would you consider Tank the best in his class right now, or like the best around?
Definitely the best down there. The only person that would give him good work is
Teo. And do you think that ever fight is ever going to happen?
Nah, I don't think it's ever going to happen. Teo's getting bigger. I think he's about to move up to 147. Tank's a little guy. He can't go up that high.
Okay. So we briefly talked about, is Ryan an influencer in boxing or just a boxing influencer? But, he's not. So, but there is a lot of influencer boxing thing happening.
Yeah.
So which makes me want to bring up Jake Paul. Jake Paul, what are your thoughts of him? Now that he's been in the boxing world for a little bit, is he good for the sport? Is he bad for the sport?
He's definitely good for the sport.
Okay,
he's bringing new eyes to the sport. He actually, he was at the Olympic Training Center a couple days before I got there.
Really?
Yeah, training with the Olympic team. I think he sponsors them now. So it's like he's definitely good for the sport. He's helping the sport. He's bringing more eyes to the sport. I actually got a picture. He took a picture. I mean, he wrote on the board at the Olympic Training Center, Jake Paul would knock out, is going to knock out Mike Tyson and stuff.
Oh, man.
I was like, this guy. But yeah, he's definitely great for the sport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you brought up Mike Tyson. The fight got pushed to November.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson is 67 years old. Yeah. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this fight being put together?
I don't know why Mike is doing it. It got to be for the money, or I don't even think he needs the money. I don't know why he's doing. He probably just doing it for fun, but he's too old to be doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely too old. I hope Jake don't hurt him.
Do you think it's a money play?
Gotta be.
I mean, you got Netflix, hosting it, and all that stuff.
Gotta be a money play. And Mike Tyson still got he got a huge name.
Yeah.
So a lot of the young kids that don't know too much about boxing, like Jake Paul's fighting Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Well, typically it should be the other way around. When it's like, Mike Tyson, it might be the last fight we ever see him in, because it's gonna go in their actual record.
Yeah, which is also crazy. His last fight is gonna be a loss to Jake Paul. That's terrible.
There goes it's like he has so much more to lose than Jake Paul.
Right? Jake Paul doesn't have nothing to lose but losing to an old man.
Yeah.
That's still terrible. But yeah.
So okay, so you think that Jake Paul is a net positive for the boxing world.
Yeah, definitely.
The influencer boxing space is getting bigger and bigger. Jake Paul is now fighting in July against one of the bare knuckle fighters. Mike Perry, I think is his name, who is currently the number one in his weight class. He used to be, I think he had like 16, 17 fights under the UFC.
Yeah.
And he's right now killing it over at bare knuckle fighting. So do you think that he stands a chance there knowing that?
I never really watched him like that, but a lot of the UFC guys, when they come to boxing, or bare knuckle guys, they don't have really good technique. Jake Paul's actually people hate on him, but he's actually pretty good.
It's like he's
Yeah.
picked up experience now.
I mean, when you got that much money, you can get with the best trainers,
Yeah.
the best sparring partners and stuff. So like, he's going to get good, and he's getting real good. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think he don't stand a chance.
But
Period.
so, which reminds me of when you mentioned money, it reminded me of Mayweather. Mayweather fighting Logan Paul.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah, I remember that.
What did you think of that fight?
I mean, that was just entertainment. I feel like it was more like a WWE skit. Yeah, like nobody thought Logan Paul sucks. He's not.
He would tell you otherwise,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
He keeps arguing about this one point in the fight where he says he got him.
Yeah,
I guess he's hot. He was like, and I saw him drop at one moment. I was like, oh, this is where I gotta go. Nobody saw that. He's like, he's the only one that saw that.
All I see is him just throwing wild punches at him. Like, what are you doing?
Just wailing at him. And in that note, Mayweather is still doing an exhibition match.
Yeah,
he just confirmed that he's doing a rematch with one of the mafia mobsters. I believe it was. Let's see. I thought I had it here. Gotti. Yes, Gotti the third.
Yeah, I think they fought. What they fought like last year?
Yeah,
it's like a brawl broke out.
Yep,
right?
they're fighting. August 24th in Mexico City.
Yeah.
Now, Mayweather, he has the money, he has the life. He's done the kids. I don't know if he has a wife, but or the wives.
Yeah, right.
It's like what do you think? Like he should retire? Like what do you think is going on here?
I think he's just obsessed with the money at this
point. Is it up with the money or is it with the sport?
It's probably both, but it's like he been doing it all his life. It's all he knows. Like if he turns away, he probably don't know what to do. So, like, he's gonna keep doing it because it's the only thing he knows what to do.
Yeah. The only thing I've ever seen Floyd promoting is one, boxing, or two, that one strip club.
Yeah, there you go.
That one strip club that he has in Vegas. That's the only thing. Boxing and strip clubs.
That's all he loves.
Oh man. Okay. So, and like, so do you think like what do you think he should retire? You call it a day, or do you just keep going until like he can't anymore?
I mean, he might as well keep going. He's making millions for the fight. Nobody's watching him, but like it's like. Why not keep making more? If he's gonna keep, it's like he says, legalized bait robbery. So
yeah. I remember he fought one guy, I think in Japan, where I think the math came out to he was making I don't know how many millions a minute.
Yeah, and I think he was playing around with the kid, and he knocked him out in like 2 minutes or something like that. It was like why not go?
And he was a favorite of the town. I mean, obviously, he was in Japan, but. Yeah, it's crazy. So you think that the influencer boxing, it's or exhibitions things is good for the sport overall?
Definitely is good.
Okay.
Whenever we bring more eyes to the sport, it's definitely gonna be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that long term, the UFC is going to be bigger than boxing?
See, it depends on how long the UFC lasts because they don't really pay its fighters. But I do think UFC is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger because it's entertaining. It is entertaining. But boxing also been around since forever. So I don't think that will ever die. But I think they will. I think UFC might get on the same level of playing field with boxing as it progresses.
Hey, as you go up the ranks, man, more and more eyes are probably going to be watching even more, man.
Yeah.
So, Carlos, what is your closing message here? What do you want to tell the people? What is your closing message to everybody?
Closing message. Closing message. Gotta be just don't waste time. Keep on. If you're doing something, just keep doing it. Don't let time pass by and time be wasted. That's probably what I gotta say. That's it. Just make sure you're working on whatever you want to get to. So,
for a 21-year-old to be telling you, don't let time pass and be wasted. That's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal because that time, what you do with that time is just only going to compound over time.
Yeah.
So, man, I'm super excited for you, man. I can't wait to see you fight one of these days.
Appreciate it.
Where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Instagram at heiscarlos25. On TikTok, same thing. And those are the only 2 social medias I got.
My man. Yeah. All right. Well, Carlos, thank you so much. It has been an absolute pleasure. We wish you the best in this upcoming tournament. We can't wait to hear you share on Instagram a story about how you demolish your opponents.
I appreciate it.
But in the meantime, thank you so much again. And if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any episodes. And until the next time. Bye-bye.